Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here. Another day of Astro Gravitational Report. Special thanks for the coffee. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's beautiful the support here, and hopefully this report is gonna help you. Uh, Tonight is gonna be extra special report. Um, let's go back with this. You guys probably know if you follow me for years. Not only talking about astrology, but through the spiritual practices, learnings, the innovations and the creations that we did over the years as a twin flame as well. A lot of this energy is coming up right now in the surface. And when we're talking about the surface, I had to look at it today. I mean, I spent a very good time to look at it, the energies that's going to come up from now, because something is coming, something big and huge is going to be coming. But how are we going to handle it, this? And what is the huge thing? It took me a while to understand, even for me, it was kind of like hard to understand it, the whole process till the enlightenment. The picture that you see in it right now, it's Adam that gives expressions into the angel as an excuse of the sin, this part of originations of creations in there. And this is what happening right now. It's that we are going to have to face it, this power to create. The power to create it really developed very early in the age, but it's mostly crucial development of innovations, recreations, and everything in the fifth year, which is Leo. This is why the lions and the lioness are right there in the picture. Took me a while to figure it out exactly a picture that I wanted to show with the divine that it's present in there. With this being said, for right now we are gonna be going into this full moon, which is I'm gonna be doing as soon as I finish this live. I'm gonna be recording the full moon report, which is gonna be emphasized particularly on that. But the full moon, it's gonna be in 24 hours after. We're gonna feel in it today. So this is gonna be a extra kind of like a preparations. And hopefully you guys gonna be watching this report. It's not my job; it's the universe job to kind of like arrange the stuff in there. So if you're liking, you're sharing it, you're subscribing it, that's it's up to your soul from within you. You know what to do and follow it. This, but when we're talking about that, these positions that you're going to be facing it, particularly in the late afternoon, we're going to be seeing it that the moon, it's going to be at Leo. We're going to be seeing it that she's going to be start opposing the sun after it's been opposing Pluto. So whatever is that we want to create from now on, we have to learn to uncreate, to recreate. Okay, but we need to uncreate what? The subconsciousness, the spirituality, everything that happens in a Pisces right now, it's happening for reasons. So with this energies in there, if you have to go back into the paradise state, if you have to go ahead and fixing the situations there, what would you do? And this is what's going to happen. That's the reason why I want to watch the full moon report. In there, that we are going to be going out from these positions as the way we are. That what we create so far, it leads to a lot of kind of like a sort of we creating to destroy it. We creating things to use and discard, and without understanding the consequences of our creations. Okay, so right now it's challenging you. The universe is going to be challenging us because the moon is going to be squaring Uranus and Taurus, and the sun is going to be square with Uranus and Taurus. So basically, the universe is going to be like, wait a minute, what are you going to be creating from now on? So we are going to be going back of what and how we end up into today's, in a way, destruction. But we are also going to be looking at in there what we have to change. What do we have to do in order to go back to the primary creation? How to go back in the paradise state. When I'm talking about the paradise state, as you see in this picture, there, that's where we are going to go back. We are going to go back into this wisdom of Leo, but we're going to have some choices as the intuition is going to be going into those choices, which is going to be the moon. And here it's that the moon and Leo, while she wants to have everything and opposing these changes, is like, oh, I like to be in the control. I don't want some divine powers to be in the control. I don't want to create the new things that gonna make the life better because I have to work, because I have to do things. But Mars, if we have to attach this, the warrior is inside of you. It is about this change, this powerful change that needs to be made there. And we have to use the power of the lion, the wisdom, the protector that is going to build and rebuild that paradise within us. We have to be the lions protecting the truth. So in a form of that, the lion is the protector of the truth there. And we are going to be seeing it. But what is that represents as Leo? The huge misunderstanding in there, you can actually take a look at yourself. It is about what you know about the ego. The ego is actually present I, self. How you're going to be applied this I and self is entirely up to you. If you're using that energy, that power of I and self, giving you to control, manipulate, destroy, and personal attentions, which is most of the Leos are actually blamed for it. In there, you can actually using the positive power of the Leo, you to create, you to develop, you to rise up, you to be what is the power is being given you to you to create yourself. And this is what is going to be that conflict between the moon and the sun, because the sun, it's an opposite end of its own sign. He is an Aquarius. Why? Where is the sun at? Out in a space. In the other side. So with this energies that is going to be right now, particularly that the sun and Mercury are together, you have to be very mindful how you are going to be facing that conflict. Let me explain a little bit here of the gravity standpoint that you will understand the energies that is coming to you. So when you have an idea that it's coming into a pipe, and there is another idea that it's going through the same situations, here is your conflict. Okay? But if the energy goes and arrives here, there is communications, then the energy with these communications arise here through the conflict. You're learning to recreate by simply understand each other in the most uncomfortable moments. But here is that here it's the moon, here is the sun, and right here is Uranus. There is this T-squares in astrology. And this is why this energy is going to be intense, because the universe is Take a look what you create with the power I gave you, how that lead to your self-destructions. So with this energies, particularly that we are talking about, what's going on within the Pisces, there can be a lots of from internal to external conflicts with this, because the misuse of I and self to create in there and develop, which is also the fifth house represents the kids. But you as a kid, when you make that choice at the 5-year-old, what did you make? What did you do? How can you recreate yourself? Now with these cosmic energies of Pluto that is in Aquarius. You're gonna get today through very kind of like rough situations because opposing Pluto, that is the energy of the deep, deep, unknown power. How you gonna know that? How you gonna use that unknown power is up to you. There is a very depth from within the creation. Learning the secrets of creation is okay. You can learn to create properly. But learning the secrets of creations and use and misbehave, it's going to lead to issues that we are going to see in it in about 2 months. And I'm talking about this in 2 months because when a Mars is going to be getting direct, okay, he's going to face that exactly as we're talking about these energies of today. And that's what this report is extra special. I hope that you're going to be paying attention to this report. I hopefully that you are going to be understanding of things that is going to happen, because something is going to be asking you to see what it was created, how you created your life, and what you need to do to recreate it, because it's not an ordinance with Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus. That's mean the cosmos on the earth, and I have it. Do you have the universe and the earth within you? What is the purpose of that? You probably heard it, the term bringing a heaven on earth. But you're that creator. You're that conduit. And what you have to do is what you're going to choose. How you going to be choose the self versus the power to create and renovate within you. So with that being said, I'm going to go through the chart right now, and that's what this is. 7 o'clock in the morning, we are going to have the ascendant in Aquarius. That is going to be showing you that, hey, there is oppositions here with the intuition. That it's already going to be at Leo. The moon is going to be descending. That's mean it's going to be on a subconscious level. Okay, because everything that is below the event horizon, which is the ascendant to descendant, in there, which separates the 7th and 6th house, and separates the 1st and the 12th house. In there, as you see, the 12th house is actually the first hour. Why the 12th house? Because that's what happens within your consciousness in there. You're beginning to awake from deep sleep into be awake. So as a Pluto is going to be at rising on the horizon, he's going to be like, okay, whoops, we got issues here. There is the intuitions that it's coming. I'm seeing it, that the intuition is having an issue. But the intuition is looking more toward the North Node, because that is the future of creations. The North Node, it's currently in Pisces. I have to rethink how to recreate. That is what this is. Okay? So with your subconsciousness pattern, the subconscious situation, the subconscious energies that's going to come in, they're rising on the surface before you say I. And you're wondering what happens with this. And it has its own purpose. The moon, it's going to be sextiling Jupiter. And with that energy of growth, we are going to be seeing a very positive movement. But later on, you will see it as the moon is going to be moving up and up. Jupiter is going to be like, I don't know, the power of growth. It's within you. You're going to see it. You're going to be tested in there. All right, 8 o'clock energies, the midheaven, it's attached. That is going to be this divine energies towards Taurus, which is that's going to be Uranus, and it's going to tell you the universe has a lot to do with this. Either though that right now the authority within you, that innovations in there, it's going to be squaring because you've seen it that what it was created and how you want to create it from now on, it doesn't match the divine purpose. You create for money, you create for survival, you created that you make something that something could damage other things, and so on and so on. There is so many examples of what we created as a humanity while we forgot to create something important. The spirit within us, the soul within us, and how that soul is going to be developing that energies and how we are going to be cooperating. Uranus and Taurus is going to be teaching how we using the energies, and when we're using the energies and transforming the energies from one thing to another, we are going to be transforming those energies so there will be no damage. Right now, we are creating a lot of waste of energy. When you took it from the material world in there into personal energy, worries and anxieties. Okay. So you're seeing it that things is going to come out because there are those deep transformations that we are going to go through. The next hour situation at work, maybe lack of love at work, lack of you love what you do. Do you love what you do? You're going to be finding those challenges right now that it's going to be triggered, and the moon is going to be like, hey, it's a divine purpose for this. You need to, whatever you do, you have to love it. And when you love what you do, let the love works for it. That's how it goes. So as the ascendant is going to be with Chiron, who is still squaring Mars. Poor Mars has been going through a lot. But those energies, they have this purpose. Mars is going to be feel like he is a squeezed lemon. All right? But there is a purpose for this. He cannot do these things in the family. Okay? Typically, we're talking about anger, aggravations, controls, and so on. And this is why Mars is learning the proper masculine energies in the family. A leader, yes, you have to be a leadership, but you cannot be a warrior. Cannot go bring all the weapons inside of the bedroom. There is have no room. Should not take the weapons at home. Okay? That's what it needs to be. Like, I'm the macho man, and that's how it's gonna be, and my words has to be spoken. I'm the man. Big issues right there. All right, the day goes by, and here is that the ascendant that it's going to be a Taurus is going to give us this little bit of situations of preview of how it's going to be feeling when the moon at Leo, it is beginning to square the stuff at Taurus. You see, that is when you are going to be building your new life, or you're going to be destroy everything trying to hold on to what you build, or how you build, or however your vision for the life should be. For some of you, this is going to be some leading to a lot of destructive patterns, because the things that you're trying to build, they're going to destroy you because you're going against what? You're going to be going against the material world that it's going to be there. And without the energy, as the moon is coming, as the ascendant, she's getting this little buzzing light inside of you. Warning, are you going to be thinking about it? Warning, how's the thinking is going to be? So you see that the moon is already opposing Pluto. This energy is going to start bubbling more and more and more every Okay. And with this energy, as the sun and the Mercury are squaring Uranus, okay, now that the energy is going to begin and it starts coming towards you, as basically this T square is going to begin to close. How do you feel when somebody squeezing you? Those who had a headaches in there, sometimes you feel like somebody gets your head and it just cranking it up. Here you go. That's what will be. It's gonna be a relax because if you're going with the transformations in the next hour, everything is gonna be okay because it's giving you the path, working with the North Node and Neptune towards the moon. What you see as a reality within the subconscious, it's gonna come out. But don't go against the new processes that is coming. This power of creating in there, the power of the lioness, the power of Adam, the power of Eve. You see, Eve had to be more consciousness is what it was. And we're going to be seeing that energies of Eve when Venus is going to be turning retrograde. You're going to see who is going to help the moon, the Venus to become a retrograde. There's a lot of kind of like energies out there. We're going to be talking more about this. But that is the positions that from right now, you're going to be suppressing the transformations while the transformation is going to be forced. Kind of like it's going to be forced. You're going to be not having the peace. If you don't have the peace within inside of you, that is going to be that energy of Pluto that is going to be like, you need to change. You need to recreate. You know the things that was created was bad. Now in that bad experience, you have to learn how to recreate. And it's a good experience. You deserve that, you own that, and it's the proper way as the universe is. And this is gonna be growing up a lot more because right now, the power of the intuition is gonna grow. But to grow, to go somewhere. And here is one of the things is getting better. You think you're in a control, which is the moon. That's what the feelings and the emotions. You know, when the things start getting okay, you're kind of like a grasp in there because you're working with the energy, with the divine energies. But when they start moving more and more ahead, you put in your control back. And that's what some of you is going to fail miserably. If you put your power under control. Okay? Because you're going to start fighting with transformations, but you're also going to start the fighting with self. And what is the self is oriented on the reinnovations. That's where the sun is right now. But the universe is going to say, like, be mindful of what you're doing and what you're recreating. It's not going to be the paradise on earth because currently the earth is hell. And don't paint it as a paradise. It's not. You have to recreate it. You have to get to work. 2,000 years is going to be process. And right now, it's starting it with this. All right. The next hour, this is going to be at noon. Midheaven is going to be with the sun and Mercury. Their powerful energies towards the Liliths. The Liliths are going to be coming back together. You're going to see it when the moon is going to be arriving at that point. Very powerful energies. And of course, every relationship, including with divine, it's in Libra. Okay? It is the energy of the balance. Libra has nothing to do with all the rest of the zodiac signs. The rest of the zodiac signs are either human-based or animal-based. Libra puts that as in the scales. What have you been and what have you got? Can you be able to cross over to have that partnerships in there? So as the ascendant is going into a Gemini and it's trining the sun, midheaven and the Mercury and the Lilith right now, we're seeing it what it was deep from within us to be built. You see, that is at the moment when you are that 5-year-old, when you understand that whatever somebody did was improper. and how you're going to be remaking it. If that was you that destroyed the sand castle, can you have the power to go ahead and excuse and build the better? So that it is the main lessons of Leo that is going to be learning right now within the intuition. Can you be able to overcome that and do it? Or you just going to leave that destroyed castle and you're going to be happy from within you because the other people don't have it. Which some of the Leos actually are very good within this. All right. Talking about the next hour at 1 o'clock, the midheaven is going to Pisces. Ascendant is at Cancer. Emotions, yes, you're going to go to them. The process of emotions. Yes, yes, you will. Exactly. You're going to be processing those emotions. And those emotions, as soon as they're processed, you're going to see that maybe some of the old emotions has not been processed. Old emotions that are within you, which is then it's going to be rising within a subconscious, which is preparing you for the next hour, which is in that next hour, Mars is going to be in the horizon. You're going to be seeing that energies. And currently the moon is in a very good positions with who? With Venus. A very powerful energy, and she's good with who? With Jupiter. So now is that the energies that you are feeling good and great and powerful and so on with that. And right now, the moon, it is not opposing anymore to each other. She recognizes that this fight should not be win, but this fight has to happen. And as you see it here in your chart, as Pluto is got only the aspect with Venus, that energy is coming down to the moon and that goes in back into Jupiter. This is what is going to be the message, how to learn to properly create. The intuition is going to be telling you everything within yourself. Are you going to listen in that message that particularly is going to be at 1 o'clock? So here is at 2 o'clock, it's coming. Mars is coming on the horizon, as I said. Very powerful energies with the midheaven and the Saturn right there. The wisdom there it's gained. As the ascendant, it's pointing also divine energies that's going to be towards the self. Is the innovations. You're bringing that cosmic energies that it's out of space within you. It's called the world of ideas. You see that world of ideas, if you tap it in there within you, within your brain, through your mirroring neurons and the CHAT, you can be tuned into that particular world of ideas that is a field that it is within the universe. And there you're going to be start having the ideas how to recreate. But when you become an awakened, you will understand that your creation is going to create something else. That creation is going to create something else. That creation is going to create something else, and that creation is going to come back and help with the first creation. So the energy is going to be moving. And that's how it goes. Okay? And that's how it's going to be going in there. I'm not talking about you to create a perpetuum mobile. There is always a losses. Even the sun, when it shines the light, it's losing its power. At one point or another, the sun is going to burn out. It's going to be turned to a brown, and then it's going to die. Okay. But through the whole process, it's called creation. Okay. All right. Here is the ascendant is going to be coming, remind you on the next hour, remind you about the transformations that's not fun. In there, if you have anything in the first degrees of Leo, you probably will understand that you finally got it. You have to look at it, your Neptune and the North Node right now, where they are. You cannot organize something on Earth if you don't make up your mind, your subconsciousness. And this is what this subconsciousness work right now is going to be asking you about it. can performing the Virgo situations if you have problems with Pisces, because that is the positions in there. Okay, but as the midheaven is it with Venus there, and Venus is going to be trying to get into that energies with Jupiter. Currently, the moon is acting as a transformations process. The ascendant, it's helping you with this to see it, because you're going to get reminders. Let me tell you what the reminder will be. Mars is going to be going into Leo. If Venus is going to be the one that's going to help him with love to recreate itself. The question is how the Venus is going to be learned and what she needs to be learning during the retrograde process. That is going to be a very powerful moment, guys. A very powerful moment. All right. 4 o'clock, we have the ascendant at with the moon right now. The moon is at 12 degrees there. She is only focused on the north node, Chiron, and the Jupiter. Yes, it can't go without love. It can't go without healing, and it can't go with being friendly when you do this process. As the midheaven, it's opposing Lilith and is with Chiron is squaring Mars. The masculine energies are seeing it. Have you been damaged as a masculine and 10 as a masculine and damaging the feminine energies of return, so we can make them feel what they're doing? Something is going to be calling you, right? So seeing that from within you, what do you need to do? You can change the authorities to change. You have the power to recreate yourself. And that's what the Sun and Mercury is going to do. But don't fight the universe. It's the same thing like Adam was fighting with God. And he's like, oh, it's not my fault. Eve gave me the apple. Right? You created her. It's her fault. Can you take the blame within yourself, understanding the bitter truth? So now, if you have to go back into the paradise, what are you going to do? Repent. Repent of that what it was created and fix it. So you have to go back and learn the proper way of the divines from within, which is the humanity has pretty much lost. I'm not talking about religions here, guys. This has nothing to do about the religions. Okay? The religion is only an example. Okay? The religion is a stepping stone from that spirituality. But when we start going and work with the universe energies in there, we're finding something more. That's something more that was coming and created in there. But one way or another, the religions, they've been a little bit of change to continue serving in certain situations instead of being doing their own purpose for unifications. All right, here is that 5 o'clock energies that we are going to be seeing at later on in night, late afternoon. You see the visions of the conflict. As the ascendant is without oppositions with the Sun and Mercury and Uranus, you're going to be seeing it, what you're going to be doing with it. Yes, you will. And without energies right there, as I said, you see here is the Sun, here is going to be the ascendant, but the Moon is going to go there. You see that this square with Uranus. If you've been listening and watching at the astrology reports, you know that the ascendant, it's giving you an average between 4 to 5 hours preview. You to make up your mind how you're going to deal with what's coming towards you. That's what it's been. It's going to have that preview in there. Like you knowing and you reading what's going to happen in the next 5 hours. If you're paid attention to the current present moment of time, you're going to be dealing with it. as a visions. And don't blame the universe that doesn't tell you how. It's already does it. The question is are you mindful, awakened, and aware of this? It's all entirely up from within you. All right. With that being said, the next hour we are talking about these divine organizations that it's coming. Who is in control of that divine organizations? Pluto, you got anything in there? You got anything within the end of Leo, beginning of Virgo, and divine energies of the North Node and Neptune? What do you have to do in order you to organize yourself with the visions and clarity in there on Earth, which is Virgo? You have to make up your mind within the spirit, within the soul, and connecting to your crown chakra. Right? And that's what you need to do. But in order you to do that, you have that energies of Pisces to go down into the earth. And that only can happen through Virgo in a form of what? Who is the Virgin? What she does? She gave the birth, right? Passing on the next generation. All right. Well, it's all about the friendliness and the witness inside of it. If you have not make up your mind in the proper way, the ascendant is going to tell you, go to Mars and have a courage and look the wisdom in there. Otherwise, you're not going to be able. That is it about that when you create, if you don't create it with love and friendliness, it's not worth it. Do you love your job? Do you love what you do? Do you love the people? Are you friendly with yourself? How can you organize something when you're organizing because you're pushed or rushed or forced? But the universe says, like, the job has to be done. You need to organize this world. I have a higher purpose for this world. That's what it's created. I want to put you go out in the space. I'm going to tell you how you to fly. I want to tell you all these new things that you want to. I want to give you all this secret knowledge that you can. I want to give you all this. But you have to prove me that you're worth it to behave out in space. Not to destroy out in space. You see, this is going to be a big lessons for the next 2,000 years. A big lessons. Okay. All right. You understand that. You're organizing yourself with the authority because it's I, the self. Okay. Now with that energy of the midheaven and the Lilith, you understand the deepness. Because inside of the Lilith, the mean Lilith particularly, that is the chest of Pandora, which is contained things. Once you open, it can close. Once you see, it can pretend you have not seen. But once you understand, you should perform. And that right there is going to be the key. Okay? What are you hiding in your Pandora's box? Because right there in that Pandora's box, you can find the recreation. Left it over there for you. Are you gonna be strong, powerful enough to do it? And that is always going to be depending of who. It's going to be depending of Mars. Okay? That what now Mars is really hard to learn with this. And as the delta energies of time, it's going to be at 8 p.m. We're already feeling at the moon. It is opposing the sun. Your intuition is going to be like, let me see in your authority. Are you going to be getting it, that energies from the moon going into the sun. At this time, so it's gonna be depends. Are we gonna be talking about resolving situations as friends or not? Who is involved in this? It's Jupiter. That's what the new moon was about, to go into the Jupiter. And that's what the moon is going to be like in there. What your authority is going to be. Is your authority is going to be fighting with the moon, or through the conflict, you're going to be able to understand the wisdom and the power that you're going to be creating. All right, next hour as the ascendant is going to be going into Libra, that is going to be opposing Venus, North Node, and the midheaven that is at Cancer. The development of oneself led to the creations of the wrong family and the creations of the wrong partnership. You see, you're going to be reevaluating that you cannot have this family and partnership in there because of the wrong self. There's going to be a lot of awakening that some of the people is going to understand that what I created myself was totally wrong. I need to recreate myself. This is going to be a huge awakening times for a lot of people. Yeah, it's awakening process. It's Aquarius. Come on. There's a lot of powers. There is a lot of things at stake. There's a lot of love. There is a lot of happiness. In a lot of totally new, powerful ways, guys. And hopefully you understand that seriousness of this. Okay? Hope. All right. Next hour at 10 o'clock, we are beginning to see that the moon is already starts squaring Uranus, fighting against the universe. You have these powers all over the place, particularly the power of Jupiter, the growth, the power to see a Chiron, and a divine energies with Saturn, the wisdom, and you think you got it all. And that is that fine moments in there within the intuitions that she's going to be talking to the authority, trying to sneak it in its own agenda. The power of the intuition. But the power of I is going to the recreation. And it's like, I want to create something with this. I. You're using the Y without the we. You need to understand that Aquarius is we, not I. And when is it the I in there? The universe says like, nope. You don't have to be developed because of yourself. You don't have to develop it because of what you think. We together are going to be created. Because Uranus, Saturn, and Mars, they're all working together. Okay? As long as you're listening to yourself. All right. So here is 11 o'clock, that the energy of oppositions of Pluto is going to come and remind you about this. Okay? You're going to see it. You're going to feel it. But it's going to be a week to remind you that the transformation is coming. You cannot fight that transformations that is coming. Because the love is more powerful. And to finally giving you this energies in there from the Venus, so you can be able to do what you're supposed to do with love. Okay? Because in the midnight energies, which is going to be an hour after that, this is what is going to beginning to feel the pressure. Who's going to be talking to you though? Taur, Saturn, the wise guy, is going to be coming and talking to you. A lot of you may be going to have visions. A lot of you may be going to have a lots of this energy within the spirit, because when you fall asleep, okay, your level of control is at the lowest point. And everything that is unprocessed within you, within your subconscious, is rising up, and it's coming in the forms of visions, dreams, deja vus, and so on. But when the planet is like this, the divine is going to be going talking to your consciousness. It's the same thing that Saturn, the wisdom, Merlin, its energy is coming. And it's telling you what is going to happen. Okay? But as this moment, the moon, it's over at Leo. She's gonna be like Morgana, create all this magic just so she can get the king and have a child from him. Talking about the legend of Arthur. And that's the wrong creation. You see, we learn how to do things, how to manipulate, how to create magic, how to do this, so on and so on. We used the energies of creations. And that's what this energy is here with Uranus, that it's in Taurus. It's going to be like, I'm creating this so you can see this. But I'm going to give you an opportunities to heal. Because that energy here is sextiling Chiron. It's trining Chiron. And Chiron is sextiling the Sun and Mercury. But that energy also is going and lead you to that point of Lilith. It's going to be that relationships with the divine. How are you going to do it with that? That's going to be these challenges. But it's giving you a chance and opportunity to understand what this conflict between the full moon and the sun is going to be. Are you going to be healing the past? Whatever it's in this lifetime, 10,000 lifetimes ago, since beginning of time. However, a very powerful moment. And if you understand this, and you are like, kind of like what what I should choose, okay, what I should leave behind and what I gotta get there. Now you will know. You have to leave the ways you've been creating to recreate yourself. The old paths that lead to destructions, while you now start to create as something that's going to create something else. Okay? So that's what this is going to be. All right, guys. That's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching this report. And if you have any questions, comments, it's right below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.